All right, we're back with Jamie Welley. Jamie, thanks for being with us today. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Beautiful out. It feels good right now, anyways.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be hot the next time I go out.
I know. Yeah. He's in like maybe 100 today.
Yes.
It's not going to feel good at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So Jamie, you are an assistant,
A licensed assistant.
a licensed assistant for the Remax real estate team
Yes.
downtown. And kind of tell us what you do with your job.
So I just get all the, so they'll give me an offer and I'll put it all together, get paperwork together, send it to escrow, open escrow, make sure all the deadlines are met, with the contingencies and stuff, and just follow up with with deadlines and making sure that they're doing what they need to be doing in a timely manner. So.
Yeah. So you're kind of the person that makes sure that the paperwork is done and then things are progressing and then are happening.
Yes.
But you said one of the other things that you do that you kind of specialize in is in preparing buyers. Talk about that a little bit.
So I have strangers or just people I know, I'll talk with them and let them know that they can buy a house. Cause a lot of times people don't realize that they're paying rent is the same amount as mortgage and don't realize that they can, buy a house, or they think their credit's horrible, but they really don't know. And so, or they have no credit at all. And so I'll just kind of guide them and give them advice to either, get a credit card and, how to make sure you make your payments and don't go over 30% usage and just different things like that. And then if they have debt, then we can, once they're comfortable with me, kind of go over that and figure out, what they need to pay down and stuff. And then I'll send them to a lender. I'll give them some choices, send them to a lender. And then once they're ready, ready, then I can, because I've gotten to know them now,
Right.
I can pair them with the perfect agent, I feel like, with whoever in the office, because sometimes, that person might not work with that person, but I'll find them someone there.
Good. Do you find that sometimes people are surprised that they can buy a house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's exciting. It's exciting for them to, and that they're very thankful to, to know that, it's possible and that, it's nice to help somebody to understand that. So.
Right. And I shared this before, but that was the first house that I bought. It was that way. It was like, it didn't even occur to me that I had what it would take. And Shauna actually was the one that led us through that. That's kind of how I got to know Shauna.
Yeah.
And so, that was just a really, I don't know. It seemed like such a dream that was difficult. Didn't have the down payment. There's just a lot of things. You
just don't think you can do it.
Right. Yeah. So, well, cool. Well, is the housing market climate changing a little bit? with the interest rates going up and stuff, are we seeing that locally?
Yes. And then I'm also noticing that that it's starting to level out, like the prices and stuff, maybe even coming down a little. So, so that's good.
Yeah. Not quite so competitive.
Right. And I'm right now, actually looking to buy a house myself. And so I just, I don't know. I just have been waiting for something. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for, but I just want to make sure it's right. So
right. Well, how exciting that is for you to be able to finally be getting to that point.
Yeah. Because we're in an apartment. So that's, it's pretty motivating to be in an apartment.
Yeah. Well, tell me, how did you get to LeGrand? And
2005, I moved from Portland, Oregon. Not proud of that.
That's all right.
Just because it's sad to me too whenever I go there to visit family. It's just sad to see how it's went down.
Yeah.
Because it was not like that. It was beautiful in Portland. Right. Growing up there was a wonderful experience.
Right.
But I would never raise my kids there.
Yeah.
But,
well, and I think that my daughter recently moved out of Portland and moved to over into the Vancouver area, just because.
Oh, a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, just because it had changed. The climate of Portland has changed over the
Mhm.
last few years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So 2005, I moved here, just me and my kids. My mom ended up here from a friend or something. That's kind of strange how that works, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. And then I moved here shortly after and got into real estate about 2008, I think it was. And I was with Century 21 for a few years and then with Remax.
Well, cool.
So, yeah.
So if you had some advice that you were going to give potential buyers,
Mhm.
what would you, and you could kind of boil it down into a nutshell, what would you tell them? What's some,
Well, I would tell them to not to, well, first of all, go see a lender. A lot of people think that that costs money or, that they don't know who to go to or they don't understand how that works. But when you go see a lender, they can outline all this stuff that needs to be paid down or get paid off. Or there's even some that they say, don't worry about that because it's about ready to fall off your credit or, however, each person's different, obviously. But I would definitely start there. So to
good.
see,
And then is there some stuff that they can do in their own lives to make their credit better? And I mean, do you have any advice in that area?
well, yeah, definitely. Just make sure you watch, don't just get any credit card and not pay it. And, make sure you're paying all your bills on time and just, yeah, stuff like that. Or if they don't have one, it's important to start getting, you have to establish credit somewhere, somehow. So,
So yeah, so there's a little funny story. So when I was first married, and I was young, and my wife was complaining about the stress of paying the bills, and I said, "Okay, well, I'll take care of it," And so, and we were paying our bills electronically, and so at the beginning of the month, so at the beginning of the month came, and I paid them all, not really knowing that it took the check that we received in the second half of the month to afford to pay some of those bills,
Right.
So yeah, so it's a little bit more complicated than depending on your financial situation. Yeah.
And I like to, and that's a very true fact for a lot of people, even myself. So I like to, just be able to, people tend to get really comfortable with me and so, and comfortable with, sharing their finances with me so I can guide them along to stuff like that, situations like that too.
Well, that's excellent. Well, Jamie, hey, thanks so much for being with us today. And we really appreciate Remax in their partnership with us. Tell us one more time where the office is downtown.
Oh, it's at 1214.5 Adams Avenue, right next to Bella's.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say that Bank Umpqua, but it's not there anymore. So
right.
That's how I used to explain it. But yeah.
All right. So, well, thanks so much.
Yep.
Appreciate you being here.